long, or 6 months. Go 6 months without washing your feet. That's an interesting one. I know what I kind of pick immediately off the bat, but I want to hear what you guys have to say. Michael's in the building, y'all. If you do not know Michael is so cool. He is such a sweet man. I love him so much. You don't even know. He's awesome. He's been taking some heat yesterday and today, but it's okay. We'll get past all that crap. And so yeah, guys, follow him. He's really really cool. He's an awesome dude. Not washing my feet because they'll still get wet on the shower and on them. Okay. I can see your little escape there. Nails will take years. A stone dragon. Yep, I see that.
How are you, sir?
You have the funnest, noisy notifications on your phone.
I am a busy man.
Yes.
Yes. Sorry, that's Twitter. It's going. I just found your Twitter handle, so I want to support you in the future.
Okay.
I just want to honor the space that you're doing here today because it's very different than the space I have. So I want to be respectful. I would love for you to address differences of opinion. Doesn't necessarily mean I may think one way and you think a different way, that we're wrong and that we have to hate each other.
Right.
Right. And I think we live in a world now that's so, if you don't think this way, then you're wrong.
Exactly. I say all the time, go to any, I mean, you guys have Thanksgiving on a different day than we do. We're getting ready to have ours, but go to any Thanksgiving dinner, and you're going to have some people are Democrats, Republicans, some people like this football team, they like that football team. They have, everybody's different, but yet somehow we can still love each other.
Yeah. And I think we have to get all the information before we can make an assessment on things.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the sayings I heard a long time ago when I was a young man was, great ideas make great resistance. They always meet great resistance. So a lot of people did not want the electric car that Elon made. They said it was going to be a pile of junk, nuts and bolts, never would work. His solar stuff wouldn't work. You might as well flush your money down the toilet. Fresh ideas, new thinkers aren't necessarily wrong.
Yeah.
And we have to be able to be flexible in our thinking.
Yes.
So I suggest to the people who will watch this that are, in my camp, that are spiritual, study every religion. There's goodness in each and every religion. Well, not each and every. I don't want to go there. Most religions have common threads. Do you agree with that?
Yes. Most are trying to live a good life in general, and hopefully, if they believe in an afterlife, do what they need to do to get there if they believe in it.
And the other thing I want to talk about is blocking someone only blocks the flow in you. So today, I don't know if you noticed, I have some individuals that are very upset with me.
Yeah.
Because I've taken a stance for the safety of people. They don't see the full good. They take it as a personal attack. It's not a personal attack.
Right.
And I really want people to think before they follow people. Mm-hmm. Don't follow blindly. Really look. And one of the things I like about you is you walk your talk. You don't say you're going to do something. You do something. And you've been doing it for 6 years. And I know in the very small time I've been doing HAPS, it's been over 300 days. And I've done it every day. And many days I don't want to do it.
Oh, yeah.
And to have the discipline that you have, because you're being used like an instrument through God's way, God's wish, God's will, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
But what I love about you is you're not judging.
No, there's no reason for it.
Well,
I'm not perfect.
A lot of religions, and I think you'll agree with this, is if you don't live exactly to this code, you're going to hell. Mm-hmm. If you don't think this way, then you're going to hell. And it's just, my religion, if anybody wants to know, is kindness.
And frequency and waves, and I forgot the other ones.
Energy.
Yes.
Energy, frequencies, and waves. See, we are all just a spark in the universe. and what we choose to do. Like, we can feed the anger, or we can feed the light or the love,
Mhm.
whatever you prefer. And this is
Yeah.
just words. So you and I have great energy together. I don't know what that's about, but I think we're more similar than we're different.
Hmm. Yeah.
And I think
Def-
that's true of most people.
mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. I like.
I love you're a
I mean,
great singer too. I was shocked today. I was listening to your singing, and
oh,
I
thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank
I don't think your pipes were always that good. I was like, they've gotten better over the years.
you. I don't know.
Could it be you're more comfortable? Maybe. I think you've
Maybe.
lost the fear. I think you've lost the fear.
Yeah. Fear used to be a big thing for me when I was younger, for sure. Definitely.
Because I remember
Definitely. I think.
seeing you about 3 years ago, and I was like, and I barely recognized you.
Hmm.
About 2 weeks ago, I was looking at you and went, oh, it's got that stealthy face now. Like, your face is literally a third less than I remember. Would you agree with that?
I see on my Facebook memories. I don't know if you ever look at Facebook memories, but I look at them all the time, almost every day,
Yeah,
and it shows me my past videos, and I'm like, wow, look at those cheeks.
yeah. But you don't have the accordion neck.
Mm,
Do you know what I mean? A lot of guys, they lose that weight. Like, when I first lost the weight, I lost 30 pounds. It was bad. I looked like I can't explain, like a deflated balloon. It wasn't good. How old are you,
how
by the way?
I was gonna. Oh my god! I was just gonna ask you that. Did you see me? I
Synchron.
literally started saying
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's
Synchronicity.
crazy. How old do you think
58.
I am? Me?
I'm
You?
58.
You're
You 43.
oh, thank. I love you. Thank you so
Yeah,
much. No,
43.
no, I'm 51.
Oh, see, I would never guess that.
Thank you.
But 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 when you live in the light, there's a youthful expectation within you.
Mm, yeah.
You have that spark of a 4-year old. You're playful, but you
And my
also have
mom.
that calmness that I have, unless I'm losing
Yes,
my mind.
that's what I like about you too. Is it's you're not rattleable. I just made up a new word, rattleable. It's not easy to rattle you, and I like that.
No, no. I have to admit, though, the maddest I think I've been was the other day when
Mm,
someone was telling me my faith, and I was like, "You don't know who I am. You don't know what I've been through." It would be like me coming on your show and going, "This is what you believe."
mm.
I don't know you well enough. You can live with someone and don't know what they truly believe.
You can be married to somebody and not know because hello,
Oh, I
happened to
want to
me.
address something too, and I hope you're okay with bringing this up. But
Sure.
we were talking earlier about teens and bullying, and doing selfies and nude shots, and how that stuff is out there. And I just want to share a quick story, which is really sad. There was this girl, and she was a pretty girl, but she never deemed herself to be the prettiest girl, and she wanted to date, let's call him the stud, you know the most desirable man, the football captain, whatever imagine in your head as being the most desirable in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And as a joke, the guy asked her out,
As a joke.
and as a joke, and she started sending him photos,
Mm.
and everybody had the photos.
Actually, I just saw a TV show where that exact thing happened,
Yeah.
where she sent photos and then, well, actually, it was a little bit different. Somebody else intercepted them, and this other girl that hated her, she spread the photos to the whole school and embarrassed the mess out of her. And I mean, so people commit suicide over stuff like that. This is not
Oh, I
painful.
know, I know. So what they were doing, though, was they were putting her head on other bodies.
Uh,
If you get my drift.
yes,
So not
yes.
only was, and they were body shaming, and a lot of that goes on on Haps. And I've been in the room when that happens. We're all different shapes and sizes, and I've modified my weight many times in the last 10 years. I don't know about you, but the heaviest I've been is maybe 260. I might weigh 220 right now. An ideal weight for me would probably be 190.
Mm.
Um,
And
I
how tall?
think I'm just what am I now? 5'11".
Oh, okay, so yeah, that
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah, yeah. Um, I'm a buffet boy. I'm a big guy. I got it. Big legs, big arms, big back, big butt. Like no, okay, I won't go there. Um, but I have been huge in my life, and I've been, I would say, underweight
Mm.
when I was a kid, and I've been every shape and size, and it doesn't matter. It's just it's housing the soul right now. That's all it's doing. Do you believe that?
Yeah, this is the. I think there's a verse in the Bible that says like this is the tent that we live in.
Yeah.
We're just living in this thing, and this is
It, it's
temporary.
it's a temporary meat suit. So
Hmm.
yesterday, and it was funny because I didn't share opinion with someone because I wasn't feeling safe in the situation. I represent a lot of companies,
Hmm.
and if I get hacked, I'm done.
Mm.
And I've already had some weird stuff happen. Like I watched a show the other day, saw my name come up, and someone came up as a guest, and I was sitting in my chair going, and it was only a couple seconds, and it was a girl. And I went, well, that's a cool trick.
Mm.
So, but if they were to get into my files, and there are a lot of really brilliant people that are breaking into, structures that are supposedly deemed not to be able to be broken,
Yeah,
banks, the government,
it's a
a lot
challenge
of
for them.
well, that there was they I know of something that's going to be announced in the next 2 weeks where they were losing 10 to 14 million a day, and they kept it buried
A day.
a
Yeah.
day. So your information, be very careful of who you talk to online.
Hmm.
Unless you know them, that's different. And if you socialize with them and they don't share their photo or whatever they're doing, just be careful. I had someone going around this was a few years ago and asking women out,
Bye, Stone
and
Dragon. Good night.
and I was like crazy. And I had someone call me at my work. This is about 3 years ago, and she was like, "My mother's madly in love with you." And I, whoa, whoa, what's going on? And I later found out I found this site where they took my picture and they pretend that it was me on
Wow.
some dating site. And I was just like, well, first of all, if anybody's interested, that's a miracle.
Too funny. Oh my gosh. Too funny.
um, but just be careful, especially. I think we talked about it today. I think they're going to encrypt your photo and only you can use it. So that won't happen. But you would be easy to hack. Like how many, and the other thing is too, they could take bits and bytes of your 6 years and make a video that's got you saying anything.
Yeah, they really wanted to. Yeah.
Like
Yeah, you're right.
even, have you seen some of the memes they did for Trump?
I mean, I've seen lots of
Or
videos. Like,
yeah,
words come all
or
together.
and yeah, they had, what was it, Obama doing a Metallica song the other day. Did you see
Mm.
that? That was
Not that
hilarious.
one, but I've seen a lot of videos like that. Yeah, yeah, they're
Yeah,
pretty fun. They're pretty
but
funny.
how clever
Very
are
good.
these people and
Yeah,
creative, but in the wrong way?
yeah, exactly,
So
exactly.
what do you see for your channel in 2022?
I mean, we've been doing pretty much the same thing this whole time. So just trying to encourage people and pray for them when they want prayer, and be here for somebody listening ear. I mean, there's been people that wanted to commit suicide. And we talk them
Yeah.
down. So just continue doing what we've been doing.
You know that this month and next month statistically
You broke up.
are the highest rates.
You, you broke up really bad. I missed what you just said.
Uh, oh, sorry. Um, the suicide rates in November and December are through the roof every year.
Yeah, holidays.
extra stressors, people who were just barely hanging on, you're adding more to their plate. What do you
Yeah,
suggest as a man of faith to get through it?
yeah, that I would say definitely. Don't keep it to yourself. Reach out to somebody you trust. I mean, not the whole world necessarily, but somebody you really trust. Don't go through it alone. I think isolation is a big, big problem with a lot of people that are in depression and suicidal
Hmm.
and stuff. You got to reach out to somebody, one person you trust. Don't go through it alone. That was my thing when I was like, I don't know if you heard me when I, in the beginning. At 12 years old, I wanted to kill myself. I thought about it constantly, and I isolated myself from everybody and everyone, and so I was always living in here in this constant negativity.
Right.
Not a good thing. You need to have an outlet. You need to have somebody you can talk to. I know there's the phone numbers and stuff like that, and that's good if that's all you got. But I mean, find somebody you can talk to. You can't go through it alone. We're not meant to be alone.
Well, even those lines now, what they've realized is it's better to have someone that you can see,
Mm,
because then they can connect with that person and they have a better idea of how far gone you are with your body language to know if you are actually serious.
right.
Because you can tell, you and I can do a glance. If something's going too far, we can look at each other or do a grin and go, okay, we need to stop this. Just with a look, telepathic almost.
Mhm.
And I'm hoping that I can, not necessarily people who are religious, but if I could send them your way, there's some veterans that talk to me a lot that are really having a rough time, crying on
Yeah.
broadcast, don't know how to cope, and are trying to be strong when they're not.
Yeah. My brother's one. He's got PTSD and the whole bit from being in the military. Yeah.
I did a broadcast, I think it was 2 days ago. I'm sorry, it's all blur, but and a dear friend of mine started crying in the broadcast, and I misread it. And
Was that military?
part of the reason I misread it was I couldn't see him.
Ah,
And it wasn't until I heard his voice wavering, I went, "Oh God, again, I've gone too far." Who knew? Um, but we talked through it, and Joy was there. I don't know if you know Joy.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, yeah, and it was an amazing healing situation. Do you do stuff like that on here?
I mean, yeah, if it comes up, we can definitely, yeah, definitely.
The other thing, if it's okay with you, I know a few musicians. Would you be open to having them play on here?
Sure. I mean, I don't, generally I
I'll talk to you
do,
off camera. I'll talk to you
yeah,
off camera.
this I do every day, but then I also do other broadcasts, that are
Yeah,
just different topics too sometimes. So on
I would
those, if
love
any,
for us to do this once a week. You whenever you want, and we can just, I'll go spiritual and you go. But would you call yourself the Holy Roller? You called yourself something.
I'm not calling myself that. People call you that. I don't call myself that. I just call
You
myself a Jesus follower.
no, but you were calling yourself a Holy Roller the other day. I think you were mimicking what people say to you.
Probably, yeah. But I mean,
Yeah,
I don't call myself that actually, no.
but I I think the world is awakening, and you can take that any way you want. And people are seeking spirituality. And I even said to you today, just having you here is helping me because your energy is grounding.
Mm.
You have this beautiful grounding light, and you probably have heard it before. And you could probably go in a room and just sit on the couch amongst a bunch of crazy people, and they would feel safe having you there.
What's funny is sometimes I'm like, they were so scared that I'd take it as an insult, and it's not. I understand
Hmm.
what they're saying. But mothers would tell me that they would like to have me on to when their kids are trying to go to bed because they
Yeah.
said my voice would just soothe them and they fall asleep.
Hmm.
And I was not insulted at all. Like, I'm not trying to say you're boring. I was like, no, 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 I get it. I get it. I know. I
Yeah.
understand what you're saying. Melanie says Rick's voice is calming.
It
Yeah.
is. It is, but it's vibrationally aligned with healing. So if
Mm,
we were to look at the frequency of your voice, I would not doubt that it's 432, which is
mm,
healing frequency. Um, and your pace, your cadence, and even your demeanor. Like even when the broadcast was nuts today, you were like, even though you're not a Buddhist, I have crazy people around me. I can hold the space. Mm, maybe I can't.
That's so funny.
How did you learn that?
I'm very opposite of my dad,
Yeah,
like
you bring your
complete
dad up a
opposite.
lot.
Yeah,
Can I just
he's
can I say something
yeah, of course.
intuitively? Okay.
Yeah.
And if I go too far, just tell me.
Mhm.
Okay. So he was placed upon your path so you can be the man you are today.
Oh yeah.
You probably chose the family that you have because you were a healing source.
Mm.
You probably could have picked an easier path, but this was your destination. And you would not have all the beautiful layers that you have within your personality with all that without that suffering.
Mhm.
Part of the reason you went through what you went through at 12 is so you could have the compassion and the empathy to help people now.
Mm. Yeah. We're all a
Do you
result of our experiences.
yeah, do you agree with that, or is that just
Yeah.
mumbo
No.
jumbo?
No, that makes total sense. Total sense. I mean, and I think, going the God route, he allows us to go through stuff not because he enjoys seeing us suffer, but
No.
because he wants to use that to mold us into what he actually wants us to be in the first place, that he intended us to be in the
Yeah.
first place. So yeah, I agree with that.
One of the things I do, which you could say is faith based, the days I don't want to do something, I'll say to myself, I could help somebody today.
Mm-hmm.
I reframe it and I'll say, it's not about you, Michael. Never was.
Right.
You're here to serve.
Mm-hmm.
The universe doesn't care if you're suffering. You need to keep moving.
Yeah,
And part of the
everybody.
reason you and I are so resilient and stubborn at 1111, which I believe is an angel number, which is right in front of me, you were placed upon my path for a reason in the last couple days. I guarantee it was orchestrated. It had nothing to do with me. And I've just learned to surrender
Mm-hmm.
to the will,
Yeah,
God's
because all of a
work.
sudden, I've never watched so many haps as I have lately since the whole upgrade update. I call it
Oh,
downgrade.
there's a shift.
Yeah, ever since that, all of a sudden,
Yeah.
I never. It's like I go and have to use it to do what I need to
Hmm.
do, and then, but now all of a sudden, I'm just feeling like I need to be watching more. I don't know why.
No, because you need it to hold the space. You're holding the energy. That's the only reason you're here is to hold the space, the energy. So if you get people like us, and we'll call them healers, we'll make the room vibrate at a higher rate. And then you'll
Mm-hmm.
get people becoming emotional. And then if you were to have, say, five of us, it may be too much. And people would pop in and pop out, but they'd be drawn to it, don't not knowing why.
Right.
You right now are here to help this chaos. You did it today.
Mm-hmm.
You were an anchor for me. You really were. You didn't have to say a word. I looked at you and it was grounding for me. So that I think is the highest form of a compliment. But I really want people, if they watch the replay, and I know that my viewers will watch this later, probably even months later, we all have the ability to make a difference.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And right now, Haps is in a shitstorm. It really is. It's in a really bad place. So here's the bottom line. I usually get 1,000 views a day. I'm getting somewhere around 150. But here's the thing. I used to only get 100 comments. The engagement was never high. The engagement
Mm-hmm.
now 300, 400 comments,
Yeah.
but only 80 views, 100 views. What is going on? It's done this.
Yeah.
And it's
It's
because
interesting.
people need to be heard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you
That's
agree?
why. That's why I really, really make an effort to not only read the comments, but even say the name of the person because first of all, it just makes you feel good. Oh, he said my name. Not only just read my comment,
Yeah,
but
he cares.
yeah, exactly. Because I've seen
He
so many people
cares.
that they just
Hmm.
talk, talk, talk. They don't care about the comments at all. And I'm like,
Yeah.
and some of these people like have millions of followers. I'm like,
Hmm.
you need to treat your people better, man. But
They did
uh,
at the beginning. They did. I
Proud
guarantee they did at the beginning. Do you know Joe Rogan? Of
of
course you do,
him.
right? Okay. Joe Rogan, and maybe this will help you. At the beginning, he used to get 200 views. That's it. 11 years ago. And it was all of his comedic buddies. And they would come
Yeah.
in and drink and talk. And he did it as a social thing. That's the only reason he did it. And he kept doing it.
Hmm.
I think when it, as an observer, as an outsider, I think you need to have some of the fringy people that you have, like Joy, myself. Joy, I'm
Hey,
sorry,
Joy.
I called you fringy. Um, that can change the vibration and draw in other people. So I will draw in different people. You come into my broadcast, you're going to draw different people. If you bring Joy in, you're going to draw people. If you bring in Sweet Pea, you're going to bring another audience in. Lenny P, who is ready to string me up. You're going to get a different vibration of people. But we
By
want
the way,
every
after you
but
left
we
last
want
night,
everyone to feel your vibration.
right
Are you
after you
open to
left,
bringing Joy up?
if she
Or is
wants
that
to, do you want to Joy or yeah? Yeah, after you left talking to Lenny last night, she just kept going. And I was still there and I was doing my best to defend you, man. I was like,
oh, you can't.
come on, calm
It's like
down. And
it's like it's like trying to stop the tide coming in simultaneously across the universe with on this planet all at once.
yeah,
Yeah.
hey Mel.
Yeah. But it's the thing is it's not a personal attack. What I'm trying to do is get people to think before
Right.
they follow. That's all I'm doing. And I
Yeah,
can't be selective of who I'm doing. I have to be consistent. So
yeah, yeah.
because
Can't
then
be
it's
fake.
favoritism.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I got to see Mel once for 5 seconds. Now, she didn't know it because her camera was on, and that broadcast was down faster than a lightning bolt, but I got to see her, which was nice. And Joy seems to be okay with being on camera.
Hmm.
So, what do you think that is? Why some people are so resistant and others aren't?
It's gotta be fear of some kind. I'm guessing. I mean, it's almost irrational, you know. But it's
See,
gotta be
Lenny
some.
is a big sharer in every way, except for that. Huge share,
Mhm.
almost overshares. uh, my estimation. And again, just an opinion, just a vibration, just a frequency.
Mhm.
Did you invite Joy?
Yeah,
Okay. Um, but even if you did something with Joy once a week, because Joy's maybe more aligned to what you're, but I would love for you to shake up your audience a bit, not to the point of losing them, but get people who are maybe just, they want to put their toe in the Jesus pond, but are afraid or remember some awful experience as a kid and have given
right.
up. But if they
Hmm.
see Crazy Mike in there, they might go, well, Mike's here. Maybe it's not all bad. Why is Mike here?
Yeah.
Why is Joy here?
Hmm. I don't see her. Are you there, Joy? I don't see her.
So what
Yes,
Joy does,
I
I
am
don't know if
sorry.
you
I'm in the
are you
dark
looking
right
for
now.
your plate?
Ah,
You're looking for your plate and your suction cup?
No, I left that at home.
Oh, okay. We have to explain that. Like, why are you in the dark?
Well, it's after 11 and I had already gone to bed.
Well, thank you for coming up.
yes, thank you.
See, that's why I love you, Joy.
Big Daddy's funny. See what he said?
What?
Personally, I don't because I'm extremely beautiful. I'm gorgeous, bro, and I really don't want the attention. That's a good problem, I guess. I don't
Yeah, well, humility is a big problem with him. You can tell that the self image thing is.
know.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of times when people say things like that, they don't feel that.
Yeah.
They're masking that.
Hmm. Yep.
So Joy, did you hear what I said earlier about where Haps is in a bad place right now, and we need to all kind of help each other through this?
I did I did not.
No, were you
I
sleeping on
did
that
not.
time?
No. I was actually looking on Facebook and I saw
Hmm.
you live on Facebook and it was like, now wait a minute. This title does not sound like a Michael title.
Right.
So
But that's the great thing. My audience is going to come here and give him a chance because I'm
I
here.
hope so. I hope so because now I'm on his broadcast, quite a bit, and I'll just there'll be times I'll just kind of lurk and listen, but
Yeah.
um, I mean, he's I really enjoy his broadcasts.
I love his energy. So any of the people that know me personally, because a lot of the people that actually follow me know me, and it's a lot of it has to do with my job, my normal job, where I drive the elevator. I've met tens of thousands of people in that job, and I can see it now. They're like, oh well, Michael's always been a hippie. Now he's a holy roller. So right? But if you can bring in people who are what I would consider fringe, like myself, I'm a fringy. I'm hearing messages here. Okay, but joy is connected directly to the source, and I've always thought that. And sweet pea is directed to the source, and I don't know. There's a similarity to your energy and my energy.
Hmm.
I'm a little nuttier than you, but we are similar.
As far as you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, it's right. It could be. You're right. You might just be better in containing that.
That's right.
What do you think, Joy? What do you think of Rick's energy?
I even watched, I think, from like the earlier days, and yeah, I've always, enjoyed his messages, and yeah, you do have to, you know, put off a certain energy that draws people in.
Hmm.
Now,
Have you
now,
have you been more active, Joy? Because we were talking. I know you weren't listening earlier. I don't know what you were doing. You were on Facebook, but I'm glad you found us. He was talking about where he's had this. I think a pull to be more on Haps and watch different things. And have you felt that as well? Like to maybe broaden your horizons on Haps to help.
Hi, John, by
well,
the way.
see, it's for me, it's a little
Hey,
more
John.
difficult just simply because of the accessibility issues that I have.
Hmm.
So it is a little more difficult for me to do.
Can you explain that? So,
But
because no one's going to know what you're talking about.
okay, yeah, if I know a lot of people know me, but a lot of people don't. And just a little background, I am blind and I've been a broadcaster for several years, but because of the updates, um, perhaps it's not all accessible for me
Mm.
on, you know, the other day that when we first come over to this platform, I'm not able to search for anyone. So I can't see I used to be able to tell who was following me. I can't even tell that now. So I can't
Mm.
click on anyone's profile and follow them.
Can you hear the
So
messages yet? Have they fixed that?
I actually have to touch the bottom of the screen. I've not broadcasted since the other night to find out if that is has worked or
Okay.
has fixed the problem yet.
I really feel like they'll fix that soon. But Joy, you need to be on, and I'm not pushing you to do anything, but intuitively I get there's a uniqueness about you that I could never do. I don't think the average person could. And you're going to open hearts that I think are not being able to open. Nazim, how are you, my friend?
Hey, Nazzy.
Well, Michael, I told you what I don't know a month ago
Yes.
that I felt like that I needed to start broadcasting more and not just cooking broadcasts or just
Mm-hmm.
chatting broadcasts, but dealing with faith issues
Mm-hmm.
and Jesus issues. But
And I've said for
that's
years that I want everybody to broadcast. If I could make everybody do it, I would do it because you know stuff I don't know. You've experienced stuff that I have no clue about, and we could learn so much from each other if we would, open up and talk about our life and our experiences. Like
Yeah.
I've always ask anybody that follows me. I've always pushed people, please broadcast because You could
Mhm.
help me in so many ways that I don't. There's a lot I don't know that you. To you, it's common sense. To me, I'm clueless.
Right.
But
Right.
I think we're missing a big piece here, though.
Mhm.
When we join audiences, we change the energy. And if we can change the energy, we have a sense of peace, clarity, hope. And there's a new sense of abundance. That was weird. And certain individuals are now going to see something they've never seen before. Because I'm
Mhm.
telling you that I'm edgy. I can be a little nutty. People who watch my broadcast know they're nuts. We had some forms of nudity yesterday from this lovely man here. But so you never know what you're going to get on my
Me.
broadcast. But you're going to get occasionally this year. You're going to see me on broadcasts I'd never be on, and it's because I want to widen the scope of people discovering new things. We
Mhm.
have to change. What we're doing right now is not working. All the hatred, all the judgment, all the finger pointing, all the narcissism where everything is about somebody. It's not. And it made me laugh today because someone said you're playing God. I'm going, I am a pebble on top of a pebble on top of a pebble. We, as a species on this planet, we're nothing. If an asteroid knocked us all out tomorrow and there was 100 people left, the universe, or you want to call it Earth, if that's the universe in your head, would be better off for 1,000 years and it would heal itself. This planet is overtaxed. It's a mess. And people are stressed out. And a lot of the freedoms that we had before are now gone. And we can't even hug each other anymore. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
it really is.
Joy, are
I'm,
you a hugger?
uh,
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah.
me too. Me too. And I'm like,
Yeah.
if I go to church, I'm like, I'm coming in. Are you ready? And if
Do
they're
you
like,
say
no, I'm
that?
like,
Do you say that?
okay. Yeah, I hug and I hug tight. I love hugging people.
Yeah. I could see Nazim sneaking up on you. You wouldn't even have a chance. You just bam.
I know,
He got
Z.
you. He got you. You're done.
I
Yeah.
do that
But
too. I
that's
love sneaking from behind.
Oh my goodness.
please don't put that on TikTok. Um, but laughter, connectiveness. We need more of this. We really do.
Yeah.
And right now, I'm feeling the energy of the room, and it's heightening.
And I think that trying to understand people's beliefs, regardless of if you agree with them, if you can understand them. And I know for me, I've dealt with an atheist who had been a minister for 25 years.
Mhm.
And, eh, I'm trying to understand what happened and how it changed so drastically for him.
Right.
I'm not trying
But
to
there's
judge him, I'm trying to
there's
understand.
brokenness everywhere, Joy.
There is.
There's
There
brokenness
really
everywhere,
it is.
and it has nothing to do with if you're a minister or whatever. We need collectively on the planet, not me, not I mean as a people, we need to stop feeding that fear. We're all terrified. We're terrified of what to say. We're terrified of where to go. And every once in a while, you'll get someone like myself and Rick. And I think at times, I think they think we're arrogant. There's a knowing in Rick. He knows who he is.
Well, with Rick, you can watch his broadcasts and he has a passion for what
He has a
he's talking
code, though.
about.
He has a code. He has a code of ethics. There's a consistency
Yes.
to you. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know what you're going to get.
Mhm.
He's not going to come on with his shirt off. No, no. He's not going to be displaying beautiful works of art, right, Nazim? Yeah,
Zing, zing.
yeah.
Excuse
Man, he got me good though. He got me like I
me. Yeah,
tell
all
you.
of us good. I was
He
like,
got me
all
so
of
like that was I will never forget that, Nazim. I'll be 90 laughing about if I make it. you know, I'll transition to the other side, and I'll be going, "You got me."
Nazim showed some artwork that
Yes,
was a little shocking. We weren't ready for that.
yes, and
We'll talk.
I think he has an acceptance of beauty in all forms.
Mhm.
He was embracing the form of the female. We'll call it that. I think that's the next way of saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joy's going, what are they talking about?
No, I know what you're talking about, but
Uh,
see, things like that, um, it just it it's just means nothing to me. I can't see it.
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
But so when you watch the Christmas tree at home, do you just see the
yes.
hue, the light? Like what are you seeing right now? Describe that.
Oh, well, well, I'm not home, but right now I'm in a dark room, but I'm actually laying next to a fireplace.
Is it
So,
working? Oh, it's working again.
Yeah.
yep, my brother got it fixed. So,
Oh,
Yay.
yeah,
cool.
thank goodness.
So was the
But
pilot light gone or something? And they,
there
or
was
you
actually
needed,
a no, there was actually a screw loose causing the little rack that holds the
yeah,
logs up to go over the oh shoot the pilot light
yeah,
and
Mm.
causing it to
yeah.
it was
It's usually
essentially just
stuff like that or cleaning
yeah.
with those things, by the way. And I think we've all been accused of having a screw loose.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Intense light, you could see a little bit.
I can. And it varies from day to
Good
day.
question.
It's like my Christmas tree. I have white lights and blue lights on it, but I can only see the blue lights most
Mm.
days.
Oh wow.
Occasionally I can see the white light, and that's why I put my Christmas tree up in October because I'm drastically losing my eyesight. So I think that it's probably going to be the last year that I will actually be able to physically see the lights.
Joy, can we put the focus on something else? Because I believe
Yes.
in the power of the supernatural. I really do. And that if we put the focus, especially with powerful beings like are in this room right now, if we put the intention that things will actually be better than they were and a miraculous healing will happen, because if anyone deserves to see all the vibrant colors of the universe, it's you.
Okay. Now, Michael, okay. Now, since you brought that up, let me find me some water and tell you something about that.
Can you just put on pause for a
Because,
second? Rick, are we like I'm the king of hijacking broadcasts. So if if you need to go, we'll go. Like
We're
I'm
good.
okay with no, but you're very kind. So I just when you need to go, maybe we need to have a code in the future. You
We're
know,
good.
you can go. You know, Mike, I could really use a peach right now. If you say that in the future, that means we got 2 minutes.
That's fine. You know, in the early days of Periscope, I used to stay on sometimes. I mean, not. It's because I really felt somebody needed help. I would be on until
Yeah,
3:30 in the morning, even though I had to
yeah.
work in the morning. So, not saying I'm going to do that today. I'm just saying it's happened. But anyway, sorry, Joy. You were going to say?
no, but Rick, you may understand what I'm talking about. And this happened, oh my goodness, I don't know, several years ago, probably 25 years ago, if not more.
Mm,
I used to go in every prayer line.
mm,
I was obsessed. I mean, literally obsessed with getting my eyesight back. And and if you notice, the majority of the time I will say eyesight and not vision because those are intertwined but separate.
mm.
Hmm.
But I was obsessed. I would go to, and I've grown up Pentecostal, so but I would go into every prayer line. I mean, I was just
Joy,
truly obsessed.
Joy, I can quickly tell you a story in a minute that might help you. And I don't want it to come back around to me, but I think this will help you. I think I told you this quickly once before. I had a really bad eye injury as a kid in hockey. I had the
Right.
puck hit me right in the eye. And I woke up when I was 31 and I couldn't see out of my eye. I had chocolate milk in my eye. I couldn't see at all. And it was the lowest point of my life. I have to be honest. And I was scared because I had to make a living for my kids. And I started freaking out, going, what the, what the F, what if I lose sight in the other eye? I'm done. And then I ended up getting steroids in the one eye. And 6 months later, I was seeing better than I'd seen in 10 years. So the doctor said, well, let's start giving you drops in the other. And my eyes are better now than they were 20 years ago. But they told me at the time, you're not going to have sight in that eye ever. And I believe there was a miraculous healing that went on. And 90% of it is a knowing, not a belief, a knowing, an unshakable knowing that something, and I'm not saying it's going to happen for you, but it does happen.
Yes, but I do want to go back to
Was
this
that a minute? We did
because
that
this
last
is,
night. Sorry, that's why.
oh yeah, but this is where it comes down to it. There was one day, and I can't even tell you what day it was,
Hmm.
but God spoke to me and said, "You're seeking the healing more than the healer."
Mm.
And
Oh,
from that moment,
that's beautiful.
my perspective changed.
Say that again, Joy. That's a
That
golden nugget. Say that again.
God spoke to me, and yes, do I? And I don't know, Rick. I believe God can speak to you in many different ways, but God spoke to me and said, "You're seeking the healing more than the healer,"
Wow, that sums it up.
and it did, and
No,
my
but in all
perspective
things,
changed.
Joy, in all things.
Yes, absolutely. But when I refocused and saw what I was doing, everything changed. I mean, it was like day and night. The obsession was gone. And please understand, I was obsessed. I did not want to go blind. I still don't want to go blind. It's,
Yeah.
I don't. I love
Nobody
seeing
does.
the
No,
nature, the beauty. But after that moment, I refocused and focused on him and not me because that's what it was. It was me and not him.
Mm.
Joy, we just went full
So,
circle. We just talked about this like a couple seconds ago. How we're here to serve, not be served.
right.
We're here to try to heal. It's not about us. It's the greater good. Do you agree
It
with
is.
that? I'm sorry.
And Michael, our beliefs, we, don't always agree. We never argue about
Mm-hmm.
what you and I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But and you know how I believe. We've talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
But
I make no apologies that I'm a Christian,
mhm.
that I believe in God. I make no apologies for that.
You sound like Edward. That's so Edward. I'm
No, that's
unapologetic on the beliefs I am, and I am not going to wiggle one bit on what I believe. These are the foundations of my beliefs. I've heard it a few times. But Joy, your presentation is so lovely, and you come from a heart chakra place. Like your heart opens when you speak, and it affects everything and everyone around you. And I guarantee you, someone will watch this a year from now if it's available, and they'll go, I wish I could see that woman in the dark.
Mm.
But they do feel you.
Oh yeah. There's so many people that they don't want to be this, they don't want to be that, they don't want to have a failing kidney, they don't want to have, because that's, you got to wait years sometimes for that, or
Yeah, I'm
you know
gonna get a
so
coffee. I'll be right back.
yeah, no problem. But yeah, and there's a song we used to sing on my old church. Don't look to the gift, look up to the giver. Right? We're
Yeah,
focused on him. Focus on him. And I think Jesus would get aggravated because people were clamoring to go after him, but wasn't because they wanted him. They wanted to see the miracles.
exactly.
Where he would say, "Follow me, come to me." You know, and life is hard, of course, but that's why I lean on and depend on him so much, because I couldn't do this without him. And other people that say, like, oh, well, you need God as a crutch, and I'm like, so the people that drink all the time, do drugs all the time, have sex with everything that moves, that's not a crutch? You're not trying to
Right.
escape your pain? You got your way, I got mine, and mine does not leave you with a hangover or venereal diseases either.
Exactly. Exactly.
So yeah, yeah. But sometimes, I've seen God heal people, and then sometimes not. And why? I still believe it. I still pray for it. Um, I have metal rods in my back. Not everybody knows that. My spine is all messed up. But I'm believing one day, maybe it'll get healed. If it does, great. If it doesn't, I'll get healed in heaven. But that doesn't stop me from praying for people and seeing people get healed. One of the last big ones was a woman asked us to pray for her sister because they had just done a biopsy on a mass in her body, and the biopsy came back saying it's cancer. It is definitely cancer. And so she's like, please, please pray, 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 pray. And so they said, okay, well, now we got to go in and try to take out the mass, hopefully get it all and, get it out of you. And then so they tested the mass after we prayed, and none of the mass was cancer. How do you explain that? It was cancer because they took a piece of it and biopsy is what biopsy is. Now they take it out
Right.
and none of it's cancer. How would you explain that? So yeah, God still does it and I believe it. But when it doesn't happen, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to tell you. But I still believe anyway. I'm stubborn as a mule. I'm still gonna. My cousin, she died. Um, she was more like my sister, really. We were very close, and she was, I think, 34 when she died of bile duct cancer. And to the day she died, I still believe that God was going to heal her because I'm just that stubborn. But but yeah, sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why it doesn't. I would love it for always to happen, but that doesn't shake my faith. Though I still pray. What if it doesn't
Right.
happen? Right. But what if it does? If you don't play, what do they say with the lotto? You can't win if you don't play. Well, you can't get a healing if you don't pray. At least you tried.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing that agitates me, though, is because, again, I'm sure you've seen a million people that pray for the sick when they try to act like it's your lack of faith. And that's so wrong and so hurtful.
Oh, I
I,
know.
I say, no, no, no. You're the one praying for me. It's your lack of faith if you're going to blame anybody. But they don't want to take that responsibility.
Right.
So yeah, that's hurtful. I hate when I see that. That's just so hurtful.
Well, I know that I have been healed with kidney problems.
Mm.
And I was about 14 and I started having problems with my kidney. And for about 10 years, the doctor, even at that time, and this is a long time ago, and he wanted to do surgery to find out why I was having, kidney infections, just recurring kidney infections.
Mm.
And I was at church one night and I was getting prayer for my kidney. And they prayed and God healed me.
Mm. Mm.
Have I been prayed over hundreds of times for my eyesight? Absolutely, I have. But at times I think I have 20/20 spiritual vision,
Mm,
and I may not be able to see physically, but that spiritual vision, that's so much more important.
yeah. Do you want to address what Carmen asked? She said, "Can you please talk about how you reconciled your vision with your belief in God?" I think you were about to go there, but you were cut off. Sorry if that was me that cut you
Well,
As long as it wasn't me, as long as it wasn't me, I'm good with it.
It
no,
wasn't
Love
Michael
me.
it.
never cuts anyone off.
Never. A beacon
But
of hope. I love you, Joy.
when I talk about vision, um, you have to have that vision, regardless of you're talking about your natural vision, but I'm talking more of a spiritual vision.
Mm,
You have to have that. I mean, people do vision boards. They
yeah.
put up, a car or, the perfect work environment or perfect house or whatever. But you have to have that. You need that to focus. And that's that's what I had to focus on is my
Mm,
vision to focus on God and what he wants for my life.
yeah. Carmen says,
Because
go ahead.
no, go ahead.
No, Carmen's saying she wants to hear you talk about vision versus seeing.
Because sometimes our eyesight and our sight may not be 100% accurate, because
Mm,
that's why when if you and I were standing at a street corner, saw an accident, you may have seen something that I didn't, and vice
mm,
versa.
true.
So your sight may be different than your vision.
Mm,
Your vision is the overall higher picture. Your
oh, did we
now,
lose her?
but your vision may be a step in front of
Joy,
it.
how far away is your device from your face? Because you're breaking
Actually,
up a little.
I know. I think it's my Bluetooth that's tearing up. I really do. I
Do you want to just take
I
your
think it's.
Bluetooth off and maybe we'll see if it's a little louder.
Let
There's
me
been
see
a
if I can turn it
huge
up.
glitch. There's been a huge glitch lately with people who have Bluetooth. It's either super loud or quiet. There's no, yeah. Now we're seeing that the holy finger there. Did you see that there? That was the blessed finger there. No.
Okay, is this any better?
Can
Oh,
can we-
sounds
Is
can we see your face for a second? Can you show maybe like a nostril shot, something like
good.
that?
I think she's in the
There you are.
dark.
it's
So
so
Yeah,
bright.
there
Oh
you
my
go. Just
goodness.
smile. See that you can see the light. It's shining even in the darkness. There she is. A beacon of. You look beautiful, by the way.
mhm,
If anybody agrees with that, put a one.
yes,
There you
Yeah,
go.
I was
101.
like feeling in my hair to make sure it wasn't like sticking
We
out
can't
somewhere.
even tell you have hair. All we see right now is your face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
See, there's my
and
hair.
there's this angelic light around your head that's glowing. Not everyone can see it though. Okay.
So basically, vision is just your ability for your physical eyeballs to see what's around you and go into your brain in general. But sight is what you actually pick up on yourself, which is not necessarily everything you're looking at. Kind of. Is that sort of what you're saying?
Kind of vice versa,
Oh, okay.
because that I see things and I can see see beauty in things. Sorry, seeing beauty in things that the world may deem as undesirable
Mm.
because that's what God does. He can make beauty out of ashes.
Mm-hmm.
And you may feel like that you are broken because of abuse or or whatever it may be. You see ashes, but when you give it to God, He sees beauty in you.
Mm-hmm.
So don't let your circumstance direct your footsteps. Take a hold of God's hand and let Him lead you through the darkness
Mm.
because He said that He would never leave us nor forsake us. You may feel alone, storm, may feel like you're in a storm, but when you hold on to God's unfailing hand, He will bring you through.
Joy, you just got an award from Carmen.
Oh, thank
She
you, sweetie.
she just sent you a love celebration. So what she wants in return is you to sing "Celebrate good times." Come on, let's celebrate. Okay.
Mm, celebrate, but just don't. And sorry, I just kind of got sidetracked. You know,
I
sometimes
don't
I
know
do that.
why.
I'm a little
I
squirrel.
don't know why.
You know,
What happened? Oh, sorry. Okay.
it chases.
But sometimes what we consider a sidetrack is actually the Holy Spirit kind of redirecting you a little bit because somebody needs to hear that.
Absolutely,
So,
absolutely.
'cause I can't tell you how many times I come on and I start talking and I'm like, I had no plan to say any of that. What in the where'd that come from?
They are just
Oh my
all
goodness,
kinds of
Rick.
love going your way right now, Joy. You know
Oh,
why?
thank
Because
you.
there's a party going on right here across the nation, a celebration that'll last throughout the years.
Here.
Bring your good times and your laughter too, because we're going to celebrate and party with you. Come on
Come
now.
on.
Celebrate good times. Come on. Let's celebrate. All right.
That's
Like
another
you're,
thing I love about Michael because his brain is so musical. Like when you talk to me, you gotta be so careful because any word will trigger a song. You're like, oh, stop it! I'm like, you said the word, and it's gonna trigger that song in my head. Ah,
yeah. But what we did there, we had combustion of joy just for a second.
mm-hmm.
And Joy started it, right? And then I just added a little fuel to it, and then you just made some money, Joy. You can retire in the lap of luxury you deserve.
Hey, maybe if I can get the money out, I can buy a new Bluetooth.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's one of the things that is great about Haps right now, though. Anybody who's in the broadcast can receive awards. I love that.
yes, yes.
So, and I think you're going to get better guests because of that, because they know they have the potential to always get paid.
Mm-hmm.
And we all need to be warm, dry, and fed. Not everybody has a failing pilot light in the dark, you know,
Mm-hmm.
or a screw loose.
Yeah.
Right, Joy?
Thank
Yes.
She doesn't know what to make me sometimes. I can just tell. She's like, Lenny's here.
No, I just let you go sometimes, and
Where do I
sometimes I
go?
tell you.
Joy, where do I go? Can you tell me? Do I go to the woods? Where do I go?
I mean, you just go off on your own little island sometimes.
Yes.
But see, now Michael and I know each other, well
Eric, I
enough
love
to
you.
know that, and like last night I told him he was a porcupine,
I
you
Oh
did.
know.
yeah,
Yes. Yes. Blazon's in the house. How you doing, brother? Good to see you.
Hey guys,
Yeah. I am one of the kindest porcupines I know, even though I shoot what? What was I shooting yesterday?
quills, the
Quills.
little,
Yeah.
sticky things are on a
Yeah.
porcupine are called quills.
Yeah. The difference just being with Rick, we're all grounded here. And listen, we'd like to thank Cool and the gang also for the inspiration.
yes,
So anybody wants to celebrate,
Hey Eric.
yeah.
Mm.
Now, how do you know Eric is here? Can you hear that?
Actually, that comment just came up. Yeah, it
Yeah. Rick,
on
you just
rare.
got a one heart from Rick. Rick got
thank you,
paid. Show
thank
Rick
you,
some
Eric.
Yay!
love. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Eric.
So
I
you
can now
have
buy some socks.
for people that don't know that are maybe completely clueless. I'm assuming you have like headphones in your ear and your phone is activated to read off all the text. Is that right or no?
It is. Now, it's VoiceOver
James
is
Brown.
an Apple um accessibility, so I always keep my Bluetooth in, and I can touch the bottom of the screen and
We lost her there, bud. Is there
on.
any way you could invite Eric up? Because that you remember I said we could add some different flavors to the pizza. Eric is a very different piece. Do you ever have atheist up as well?
In Periscope days, yeah, but not so much here. This is still
It's still it.
news.
Yeah. Um, James, are you a Christian? I think James is a Christian. I'm not sure. I know he's spiritual. We talk about spiritual stuff a lot. But
As you
but
take a shower.
do you see how our audience have merged? Joy's audience, my audience, your this is what I wanted. I wanted everyone to get together, and I guarantee you some scope just stopped because we they jumped on the party train. You know why?
And
Because there's a
think
It's
about,
celebration going on.
but what other platform can you do this with?
No, but you know what? We like to lambaste it and slap it around a bit just because we
Mhm.
can.
James is spiritual but not religious. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And he likes crypto, which is a plus in my book.
Yeah, why do you like crypto? I find interesting.
I think it's the future of money. I think we
Yeah?
need to get on board or we're going to get left behind.
Can you go deeper with that? Do you mind?
Um, El Salvador is now an official currency there. I don't know if a lot of people know that. You
Okay,
can
first of
literally
all,
buy stuff.
my audience doesn't know where you're broadcasting from. So
Hey Matt. Hey
if
Matt.
you can kind of fill them in a little bit on you, that would be
Sure.
great. Rick, it just kind of just give them an idea of what's going on with you and who you are. And
Definitely, definitely. Like James says, I too was originally Catholic, but then I started reading the Bible, and then I was like, oh, wait a minute. Don't call any man father. Don't we call the priest father? So, yeah, that started a whole new thing. But Jesus did it, and he's doing it, right? But yeah, so I've been just doing this for 6 years every day, as everybody's shocked. Every day? Yes, literally every day. And started off just singing a song, gospel song, and reading the Bible a little bit, and then it became into more of like a church service eventually. And yeah, just doing this every single day. And yes, especially in Periscope days, everybody came in, and the atheists came in, and the trolls came in, and everybody tried to rattle me. And I'm like, you ain't gonna rattle me. Sorry, bro. Not
are we rattling you right now?
do I look rattled?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Oh, how interesting. I did not know that. Well, you just typed in.
Yeah. Well, but that's what I can do. I can add a layer, right? even if I'm not doing anything, I can talk to the people in the chat,
Mm-hmm.
and I can say, give this guy a chance. And listen, Joy's out there. Just listen. You may feel something. Don't
Yeah.
judge Joy because she's out there, right, Joy?
I
I like when
people
she's
are gonna
silent on
judge.
me.
No, people are gonna judge you regardless. There are some people just gonna. I mean, you know, that's just the way people are. So, they may like you or dislike you, but you know, it is what it is.
Hmm. One of the most respectful atheists that I've met is Blazin, hands down. If you ever want to have a civil conversation with an atheist, and he's very respectful with me because I'm out there, which and so we are like two full spectrums different. I think you and I would,
Have you?
there's a few degrees, and Joey tolerates me like a brother or fungus on a tree.
Thank you, Carmen, by the way. Thank you. Yeah, I used to have a guy in Periscope that he was from England and he was an atheist, but he would defend me. If you came on and started trolling, he would go off on you. He loved coming on. I didn't know he was an atheist. It was wild, but yeah, he
It
was a
was your
cool dude.
energy, probably.
Yeah, we had some stuff in common, and I think that's what kind of drew us together. Sci-fi stuff, because I like sci-fi. But yeah, he would defend me, man, more than anybody else would. It was kind of funny.
Like, look at the effort that Carmen put in that comment.
Yeah, that's a lot.
She did like almost an essay on the board here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you, Carmen, and good night to you as well.
She's
Yeah,
brilliant, by the way.
after the first of the month, Carmen, we're going to get together and she's going to actually do an interview for me or with me.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Would you be open to having James up here? The vibration will change dramatically if you'll bring James up. James.
I love James. James is awesome. As long as he keeps his shirt on, I'm just saying.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's not always the shirt. It's more the pants I worry about. But yeah,
Oh gosh,
that's
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
My goodness. Oh my.
Oh God.
Oh my, indeed. Oh my.
Oh God.
So Joey, why do you think? Because Joey and I try to get up once a week. Why do you think our broadcast works, even though we're very different? We get great numbers when we're together.
Oh, James is naked. Okay, never mind.
I don't. Oh my goodness,
But
James.
is he afraid though? Is he naked and afraid? We have
Oh, like that stove.
we have Eric Hypes here. He's in the waiting room. He'd be great on
I
that show, Naked and Afraid.
don't.
Is that the world famous Eric Hypes?
I don't know about world famous,
World
or
famous.
famous, but
Yes.
good to see you, Michael. Good to see you, Rick. Always good to see you, Joy.
I think I saw you helping
Hey, Eric.
somebody with OBS the other day, or was it yesterday? Maybe.
Yeah, we were kind of
Eric, I
floundering
love.
through it. We actually got some help the other day from OG Classic. He helped us out quite a bit.
What were you doing? Did you get the music working at all?
No, I haven't gone in that direction yet, but I got
Yeah.
graphics. I got
Yeah. That's as far
scrolling
as I
text.
got. Yeah. Did you find it was pixelating?
Um, no, not too bad. There was one time when I was doing some testing a couple of days ago where I clicked on something and it went pixelated, but I turned that
Mm.
off and it went back. So I was just like bringing the things that I want up at the beginning
Yeah.
before I get on, and then don't touch them and just leave them like that.
Hi, Debeth. I love that. Debeth.
Hey, Devin.
Debeth. Let's all say Debeth. Debeth. Not debit. Debeth.
Oh, I just saw a comment. It says, uh, is requesting prayer.
Well, it's funny because if he says, I would love a pear, or was it a peach? That means we have 5 minutes. We have to go. That's our code word now. So, Michael, I could use a pear right now. What's our safe word?
Pineapple?
He'll just go, Michael, leave. That's his safe word.
I'll do a Tarzan yell. Oh! No, that's
La,
not.
na, 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 na,
No, I like that one
na,
better. That
na,
one's too
na,
funny.
na, 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 na.
Eric,
Give me the name. Yeah.
is Eric still
Yes,
here?
do it. Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Joey's having problems.
But Lisa, yes, I will pray for you. I don't know what you need prayer for, but I'll pray for you. To me, I always say, just saying pray for me is like going to McDonald's and saying, I'd like some food, please.
You know what I want? More harmony, more clarity, more understanding, more collaboration, which is what we're doing tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Less judgment. Look at things from the full spectrum, not just your house. See what you're doing, if it affects the masses or just you. If you can affect the masses, and Elon Musk, a lot of people don't like him, but what he does is he tries to do things that change the world.
Yeah.
Because he's way beyond the warm, dry, fed thing.
James wants more clothes.
So ask yourself, these actions that I have and that I'm doing today, does it help the collective? Or am I only talking to hear my voice? And please don't circle the wagon. Do you know what I mean by that? Yeah. We all do that. Do you ever get really mad? You know who I'm talking to? I'm talking to you right now in my head. Hello? Eric.
Oh, that anonymous Facebook user, that might have been for me. I was just
Yeah.
scrolling back through the thing. I'll pray for you. I will. I will do better than that. I'll send you energy. Well, I won't say I'll do better than that, but that was kind of egotistical.
James.
What's James up to?
Haps is sending a bunch of clothes. They said I need to wear more clothes in my broadcast.
He was sweating like crazy today.
Yeah, I saw that.
He was giving it. Well done, James. But James is doing a form of healing as well. Are we all doing healing right now, Eric?
I'm sending energy to a person on Facebook right now.
Okay. Do you believe in that, Rick? Is that out of your bounds of believing? Is that a form of prayer, what he's doing right there?
I mean, for me, prayer is just verbally speaking it out.
Yeah. Have you had Ellen on your show? Ellen M. Oh my! I was almost crying when she told me her story. Takes a lot.
Yeah, no, I'm not familiar with that.
If you ever want to do a show with someone, do it with her. Her story is mind blowing.
Cool. I'm gonna subscribe to her right now.
Yeah, everybody, please, if you can, if you want to hear about a powerful story of a person who's got great resilience and perseverance when things are tough, this Ellen M7. We had her on the other day, and Erica was there, and Ace Man was there, and that was such an incredible. And that broadcast was kind of loony the first 2 hours, and then the last 45 minutes was just mind blowing. Hey, Eric, do you remember that?
It was amazing. I loved it. She was great.
Oh, yeah.
Her energy.
I'll drop down. I'll drop down if you bring her up. I will. I'll just go in the comments.
Did she have cancer before?
She did. Throat.
Okay. As soon as I saw her picture, I was like, cancer. I was like, oh wow.
Yeah.
So are you?
And I've watched. I watched Ace Man today. He had an
Yeah.
amazing broadcast today.
What was his broadcast? Do you know?
It was about 22 minutes long. It was just kind of going in. He did a little bit of meditation in the beginning, and then he kind of was talking about the awakening process.
Do you believe in that, Joy? Do you believe in the awakening part, that the energy is shifting and there's a calling right now for all healers to help each other, to collectively work, to leave
You're
ego? Do you believe any of that? Joy, you still there? Or did you fall asleep?
I
Okay.
am. No, I am gonna have to go in a few minutes though. But I think people are searching and people are crying out for answers. And granted, I think people are looking in every direction for solutions. And I will say this in my personal belief, I think everyone, or not everyone, but a lot of people are turning to things and turning away from God just simply because they're not getting their answer or the answer that they want right away from God.
My favorite saying by Garth Brooks is, God's delays are not God's denials.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's three possible answers from God: yes, no, wait.
Exactly.
I disagree
Right.
with it. For me, in my world,
You know,
it's, what are you thinking? What were you doing? Don't do it again.
Sounds like my mom. Hmm.
because sometimes if we got all of our prayers answered, it could have destroyed, and I'm speaking for my personal from my personal prayers. If I would have gotten some of the prayers that I have prayed, it would have destroyed me.
Hmm.
No doubt.
I know exactly what you mean.
So when God said no, he had stopped stomping my feet, you know, throwing my temper tantrums. But then as time passed, it was like, thank you, God, for not giving me that prayer that I pray, you know? So it's just, I just thank God for it.
Yeah, imagine a dad who had money, giving his 16-year-old kid who just got his license a brand new car, and the kid, that's what the kid wanted, and he was so happy. And then all of a sudden, the kid has an accident and dies.
Exactly.
Did you really want that gift then? God sometimes protects us by not giving us what we want.
Do you believe that God also puts challenges in our pathway on purpose to stretch and grow so we can, go to the next level?
Yeah, I think I kind of said that earlier. Like, he'll
Hmm.
allow stuff to happen to mold us into what he knows he wants us to be anyway, and what he designed you to be.
Mm-hmm.
You can do stuff that I can't do because you can do it in the way you do it. There's only one Michael. There's only one Rick. You can't do what I do the way I do it, and I can't do what you do the way you do it because it wasn't designed that way. There's so many people that are faking and trying to be somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the Christian realm, for example, I want to be like so and so preacher. I don't want you to be so and so preacher. I want you to be who God made you to be. I don't need a copy.
Right.
We already have that
Yeah.
one. I want what you're supposed to be. You know.
You're a unique expression of God's intention.
Mm-hmm. Right. And to me, that's also an insult to just copy somebody else, because then you're denying what he wanted you to be. It's like, oh, well, you know what, God, your idea is great and everything, but I'm going to copy this other person and be like them. And like, so you're saying, God, you don't know what you're doing when you made me the way I am. So, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I know for I can minister and reach someone that Rick could never reach, and vice
Exactly.
versa.
And we all have different spheres of influence. I'll talk to people that you never will, and vice versa.
Right. Absolutely.
But look at the chat tonight. Very different, right? So I'm
Mm-hmm.
seeing people I've never seen before. You're probably seeing people that don't usually come in. We got Joy because she saw a title. What is the title of the broadcast, by the way?
It's
Do
my
you know?
usual Seeking God Daily, and then I put the title of the song after that I'm singing.
Yeah, that would not be. I can just imagine my friends tomorrow looking at that going, "Is Michael okay?"
See, now that's why, because I was on Facebook scrolling, it
Hmm.
said, "Oh, Michael's live," and it gave the title, and it was like, that sounds like a Rick title. That does not sound like a Mike title. And that's what I thought, because you always put that in there.
Yeah.
Jesus did it. And it was like, that
You know
is
what that
not
sounds like?
Michael.
That sounds like Friends.
It's-
When Joey said to Monica, I said, no, to Chandler, she said, that's Monica's words. Those aren't your words. Those are Monica's words. We need food.
and I went to the activity, and it didn't show that you were
Mhm.
live, but it showed Rick was live, and it was like, okay, this, and I jumped on Rick's broadcast, and it was like,
Ta-da. There's
there's
Michael.
Michael.
But there's Eric Hypes.
Yeah.
And Eric Hypes people are going to go, poor Eric has lost his way. He's lost his way. He's in holy heaven. He's rolling. What happened? rolling. Yeah.
Hey, I've been called worse than a holy roller, so it's like, hey,
I,
thank
I,
you for the compliment if
I
somebody
think
calls
that's
me a
probably the
holy
best
roller.
thing someone could call me today.
I always say, call me whatever you want to call me, just don't call me late for dinner.
That's right. That's old.
Yeah.
God, that's old. That's older than time. That one. That's a good one. That's a grandpa joke. So listen, folks. I need to go. I don't know how you guys are doing. But thank you, Rick.
Oh, of course.
Thank
I
you
have
for. Oh, but if you could ever get Bobby Shadow up too. This happens all the time. I'm about to leave and they do this.
What?
Nope. Well, someone will come in the room. That I. So Bobby, are you a Christian? Bobby's a wonderful man. I don't see him very often.
Yeah,
And
Bobby's on Clubhouse more lately, I think.
yeah, but he left Haps for a while. Yeah, he feels like this is a
Hmm.
new beginning. We talked about it the other night, like a rebirth. And I really think it is. What do you think, Eric?
I do. I think we'll see where it takes us all. We've got to put in the effort. We got to rediscover ourselves.
fixing iPhones, Bobby's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, give it a chance, man. Rome wasn't built in a day.
So anybody who happens to click on this, wanting to see the craziness of Michael, I'm sorry that wasn't what this is today. But if you could follow Rick and you could follow that man there that looks like he's looking into the sunset. I think his name is Eric Hypes. And there is a sweet angel inside that cloud there. If she'll show us her face again, her name is Joy. Please follow her as well.
Amen. Hey, Steve.
There she is. She's smiling. But
But
I
yes,
feel
sorry.
yes, you have a nice voice. He's got a great voice. You do.
Thank you.
You may have to come and do one of our painful karaoke someday. It'll
Oh,
change
okay.
your life, it'll change your life forever. All right, much love, everyone. Have a great evening. Thanks again.
Everybody.
Much
Bye.
love, Michael.
Bye, Michael.
Have a good night, y'all. I'm
Good
out.
night.
No.
Good night.